Hello students, and welcome to this week's video Bible message. Question: who has ever been afraid of the dark? When I was growing up, I sometimes was afraid at bedtime because when my mother would turn off all the lights in my room would get very, very dark. So what do you think that my mother put in my room so I would not be afraid? The answer? A nightlight. Yeah, my mother put a nightlight in my room, and the nightlight I put into the wall had a superhero on it, so when she would plug it in, the superhero would glow and it would shine all throughout my room so that I would not be afraid. Nightlights are great when it comes to bringing light into a dark room. When it gets dark, having a little light can help make a huge difference. The nightlight would help to show me that there was nothing to be afraid of in my room. Did you know that when it comes to God, that He's kind of like a nightlight? Let's open our Bibles to Psalm chapter 27, verse 1. It reads, "The Lord is my light and my salvation, so why should I be afraid? The Lord is my fortress, protecting me from danger, so why should I tremble?" I know earlier we mentioned how sometimes we can fear the dark. Something like a flashlight or a nightlight, it can help us with that fear. Now, fear is something that we're going to face in this life, and some of us have things that we're even afraid of right now. But I like what that verse says, the verse that I just read, and it said, "So why should I be afraid?" Meaning, God is our protection. Why should I be afraid? Fear can come in many shapes, and it can come in many sizes. Sometimes fear can be something like a fear of spiders, a fear of thunder and lightning. Maybe it's a fear of flying in an airplane. And if you're watching this video and you're maybe slightly a little bit older, maybe fear looks a little bit different. Maybe fear looks like, what kind of job am I going to pursue? What college am I going to go to? Maybe you're thinking about all the uncertainties of life, and so you're afraid of that. Now, as a Christian, it is very helpful if we know that we are facing fear, but we're not doing so alone. We're facing fear with Christ. Let's keep reading from Psalm chapter 28. Verse 3 reads, "Though a mighty army surrounds me, my heart will not be afraid. Even if I am attacked, I will remain confident." Wow, isn't that amazing? The author of this psalm is David, and he's so confident that even if he's surrounded by enemies, he would not be afraid because he had God. Now, this is the same David that we read about how he went toe-to-toe with a giant of a man, that being Goliath. It amazes me that when David faced off against Goliath, he wasn't overwhelmed with fear. Instead of fear, David looked at Goliath as a target that was way too big to miss. The way that we view fear can sometimes lead to the way that we handle fear. Remember that. Let's go back to Psalm chapter 27, and let's read verses 13 and 14. "Yet I am confident I will see the Lord's goodness while I'm here in the land of the living. Wait patiently for the Lord. Be brave and courageous." Yes, wait patiently for the Lord. We can be confident that God will help us through this life. Now, I can be honest that in my life, there were plenty of things that happened to me that I just did not expect. Sometimes there's been things such as setbacks, delays, ideas that didn't work out, just to name a few. But I will say that facing all those different challenges, it was much more bearable because I knew that I had God helping me every single step of the way. So to go back to what we were speaking about in the beginning of the video, God is our nightlight. Sometimes the light is bright like it was to the shepherds in the fields of Bethlehem the night that Jesus was born. And other times the light may be soft, and it gives us just enough light so that we have nothing to be afraid of, much like the nightlight. So here's our discussion questions for the week. What are some things that we have been afraid of in our life? How is God like a nightlight for us? How does God protect us? And the last question, what exactly is confidence? God promises that He will always be with us. He's with us in the daytime, and He's with us in the nighttime. So we don't have to be afraid of the dark, because God is our nightlight. Thank you for watching, everyone, and God bless.